Mara Valen was born into power. Her father commanded fleets. Her brothers wore medals before they turned 30. Her family name opened doors across the Terran Union. Laos. Ward owned a repair shop near Dock Ring 7. He fixed cracked holes and broken engines. He charged fair prices and spoke very little. Most people in New Carthage barely noticed him. Mara noticed. She met him during a storm. Her shuttle scraped a landing strut on descent. The official mechanics demanded a ridiculous fee. Someone mentioned a quiet man near the lower docks who did honest work. She found him under a cargo hauler's sleeves, rolled hands, steady eyes, focused. He slid out and examined the damage. I can fix that. No flattery. No reaction to her last name, just calm certainty. She returned the next day, then again the week after. Conversations grew longer. They spoke about trade routes and broken machines, about colony life and distant stars. He listened carefully. When he spoke, his words felt deliberate. For the first time in her life, Mara felt valued for who she was rather than what she represented. Her family reacted exactly as expected. A mechanic. Her father said the word like it was a mistake. He is kind, Mara answered. Kindness does not defend systems. Maybe it should. They married in a small chapel near the docks. No banners, no military parade. Only a few friends and the distant hum of departing ships. The Valen family did not attend. Mara moved into the apartment above the repair shop. The stairs creaked, the walls were thin. Freighters roared overhead. At all hours she had never slept so peacefully. Ilias worked long days repairing damaged hulls. At night they cooked together in a kitchen barely large enough for two. He never spoke much about his past. When she asked where he learned such precision, he simply said, experience. There was something restrained in him, something controlled. Mara sensed it, but chose trust over suspicion. 3 years passed quietly, then the sky burned. The Keller Dominion entered the system. Without warning, their ships were massive and black with crimson energy pulsing across their surfaces. They did not broadcast threats. They attacked. Orbital platforms exploded. Civilian transports scattered. Defense cannons roared in stood on the roof of the repair shop, watching streaks of fire descend through the clouds. Isias joined her. His expression was commit. Is time, he said. Time for what? She asked. For me to stop hiding. She turned toward him fully. It was not always a mechanic. He continued, I was part of a classified military program called Aegis. We bonded with adaptive combat systems built from alien architecture discovered beyond mapped space. Mara felt her training return. Calm replaced shock. Why leave? Because we became too effective, because command feared what we were, because I wanted a life that belonged to me. An explosion shook the district. Smoke rose from the northern sectors. Is the armor still here? She asked. Hias, hidden inside a decommissioned freighter shell at the dock. He hesitated. Only briefly. If I use it, I may become that weapon again. If you do not, this colony falls. He nodded once. Then I stand. They ran through chaos toward Dock Ring 7. Civilians rushed toward shelters. Sirens echoed across metal platforms. At the far end of the dock, an old freighter hull rested on support braces. Rust covered its surface. It looked forgotten. Ilias placed his palm against the metal. Light spread outward from his touch. The hull split open, revealing a chamber filled with silver radiance. At center stood the armor, tall, seamless, alive, with flowing energy. It felt ancient. Elias stepped forward. The armor unfolded and wrapped around him in smooth motion. Plates sealed across his limbs. The helm closed last. When he spoke, his voice carried quiet power. Coordinate the defenses, guide them wisely. I will handle the fleet. He rose into the air and shot upward through the opening. Mara ran to the underground command center. Officers argued over failing systems. Screens displayed Dominion cruisers descending into attack positions. She stepped forward with authority route power to ground artillery. Target their landing craft, leave the largest vessel to him. They obeyed. On the main display, a streak of white light tore through a Dominion cruiser. The ship split apart in a blossom of fire. Silence filled the command room. Elias moved faster than targeting systems could track. Missiles curved toward him and dissolved against invisible barriers. Enemy fighters swarmed. He cut through them in arcs of blinding energy. The Dominion fleet concentrated fire on him. Mara seized the opportunity to strike their exposed flanks. Now colonial cannons fired. Enemy ships erupted in controlled detonations. A Dominion battleship began charging its primary weapon. Crimson energy gathered at its cormora, held her breath. Elias accelerated directly toward it. The impact illuminated the sky brighter than day. A shockwave rippled across the atmosphere. For a moment everything was white. When vision returned, the battleship was breaking apart. Its core collapsed. Inward fragments burned as they fell. The remaining Dominion ships hesitated, then they retreated. Jump signatures flashed across the system as the fleet fled. Silence settled over New Carthage. Cheers erupted in the command center. People embraced, some cried openly. Mara ran back to the dock. The chamber was dim now. Elias knelt at its center, the armor cracked and flickering. The helm retracted. His face was pale, but "Is over," she said. "For now," he replied. The armor dissolved into streams of light and faded into the chamber walls. Hours later, Admiral Vallon arrived with Union officers. He surveyed the damaged dock before facing Elias. Reports say you dismantled half a fleet alone. I defended my home, Elias answered. The admiral looked at his daughter. You chose a mechanic. I chose a man, Mara replied. Humanity will ask for him. Elias spoke calmly. No, I will not serve politics. If the Dominion returns, I will stand, but I choose. When I fight, the admiral studied him carefully. Well news spread across human space. Analysts replayed footage of the luminous warrior tearing through warships. They gave him a name. The god of war. Recruiters sent offers. Politicians extended invitations. Military command requested meetings. Lears declined them. All the repair shop reopened within a week. Ships still needed fixing. Engines still failed. Life continued. Children began playing games, pretending to be the shining defender in the sky. Merchants painted symbols of white light above their doors. Months passed. The Dominion did not return. One evening, Mara joined Elias on the roof. Freighters rose toward the stars in steady silence. They call you a god, she said. He shook his head. Am a man who loves his wife. If they come back, she asked. He looked at the horizon. Then I rise again, not for glory, not for legend, for you, for this home, for the right to live in peace. She leaned against him. The galaxy might remember a blazing figure splitting warships in half, a weapon forged from ancient power. She remembered the mechanic who fixed broken holes with patient hands. The man who chose love over command. They once called him nobody. Now entire empires remembered his name. If war ever returned to their skies, the nobody would rise again, not as a tyrant, not as a conqueror, but as the god of war who fought only to protect what he loved.